courteous decorum during public comments. And the board members do not respond to the public comments. It's not a discussion time. So we do have 3 members of the public who wish to address the Board of Education at this time with 3 speaker cards. And if we have anyone else, please bring them forward. So our first speaker, I'm going to ask Mr. Roberto Galindo to please come up. Sure. Oh, okay. You'd like Tristan to come up first? Okay. We're going to ask Mr. Tristan Galindo to speak.
Hello, my name is Tristan Herrera Galindo. I am here today to address what is happening to me at James Workman Middle School since the beginning of 6th grade. I have been physically assaulted, sexually harassed, intimidated, and felt unsafe at James Workman by the same student multiple times and among others. The school principal and the 6th grade assistant principal have not offered me any results nor any other options to help me but counseling after the fact for every incident that has occurred to me at James Workman Middle School. Yesterday during lunch, the same harasser followed me to my safe space in the band room. He was kicked out of Think Together, but he continues to sexually harass me on campus. He said, "Why is your banana so big?" as he laughed and smiled, leaning in close to me. I was playing chess with my friend Benji, and he heard it too. I told the band teacher and my ELA teacher. Also, the restrooms are being locked since the start of the school year, and hallways to get to the restrooms, making students late to class because we have to walk all the way around. I'm here to let the board know what is going on at James Workman Middle School, and I am kindly requesting the board to conduct an actual non-biased investigation so that I can feel safe at school. Thank you.
Thank you for following our rules. Yes, sir? Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to restart the clock. Okay. And next we have Mr. Roberto Galindo.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and members of the board. My name is Roberto Galindo. I'm the grandfather of Tristan. However, we just want to say that we're very, very extremely concerned about Tristan's issues at the James Workman. We have been meeting with the principals and principal assistants multiple times in regards to this ever since August, when offering no results. Every time we request to supervise the cameras, video cameras, they always come out with issues saying, oh, there was trees in there, we cannot see clearly. Oh, there was a trash can in there. Oh, there were other items that make us, invisible for us to see these things that are happening. However, they come up with the results of saying that this is just allegations on his behalf, and they're trying to send him to a what do they call they're trying to send him to counseling, okay, thinking that he's the one with the issues. But however, yesterday it happened again. We went to file a police report, and the police only stated it, after a week of investigation. They come up with a text message stating that they have no findings and they have nothing to disclose. So we are here today, once again, very concerned about what's happening to him. And when we were there, it wasn't just him. We saw 2 more parents that they were arguing about the same thing, but since we don't know them, we didn't exchange information because we were strangers. So I assuming that we are not the only ones. So I kindly ask you to open an investigation. Oh, Tristan. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll start the clock again and ask Ms. Paula Galindo when the clerk is ready. Are you ready? All right,
Yes,
go ahead.
I'm ready.
Start.
Hi, my name is Paula Galindo. I am Tristan Herrera Galindo's mom. I have been very concerned with a lot of things that have been happening at James Workman since the start of sixth grade. I'm here to address some of these issues. Like he's mentioned, he's been physically assaulted. Somebody, for no apparent reason that he had no idea who he was, just in PE, decided to hit him upside the head for no reason. There was another incident where he was sexually assaulted during PE on campus, and this boy said, "I want to rape you. I'm going to rape you," and he started grabbing his legs, moving his legs up to his groin area. This is not the only thing that has happened. He's consistently being sexually harassed at school by this same particular boy multiple times. And this is not the only student. There are other students that are doing this to him. The intimidation tactics, the unsafe environment, that's the climate at school. This morning, I initially made an email out to Dr. Signore, and I have included him on most of my communications with the principal, the assistant principal, all his teachers. Nothing has happened. This is not okay. I used to work for this district. This district has a lot that most of you don't know that's going on behind the doors. And a lot of these things are not being given, like information's not being given to the parents. For example, the incident of locking the doors in the hallways, the media center. Children have to go all the way around just to get to relieve themselves. This is a basic need. This is Maslow's hierarchy. This is basic needs, bodily functions that they have to do. And not only that, they're concerned about the fact that they're gonna have to be late to class, and attendance is a big issue at the school. So I don't understand, why is this not being fixed? Again, we've been bringing all these conversations upon conversations to the administrators, and nothing has happened. This is absolutely not a field of parent engagement. There's no positive engagement. She kicked us out when we went to voice our opinions about the facts of what happened to him, that this should not be happening. The lack of communication from the school principal and the assistant principal is beyond ridiculous. This should not be happening to children. This climate is not safe, and I have asked Mr. Signore, Dr. Signore, how much abuse and torment and trauma do students have to endure before administrators actually do something for the unsafe climate at James Workman? Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other public comments to bring to the board in a speaker card at this time? Okay, looks like we have none. Next, we'll move on to item number 12, our board member comments. And I'm going to start with board member Girardi. Would you please start? Would you like to start? Okay, we'll go on to Mr. Speriqueta.
Again, thank you, President. First, I want to thank the Galindo family for sharing their concerns, and I know that we take any report or concern very, very seriously. I want to start also with some of my activities in the last weeks, and in the February 20, I have the meeting with the city, Cathedral City, two by two meetings. Was two council members and the city manager, and from here, myself, also was Dr. Stignores and Jeff Simon, and we had a good conversation with officials from the Cathedral City. We had a continuation of the topic that we touched before. related to the improving, how to improve the circulation on all roads and streets that connect from Cathedral City to DHS, that affects also the circulation for parents and employees for the school district. Also, we talked about to continue looking for opportunity for a student to participate in city events in different categories. For example, giving the presentation in the regular meeting, or to do another presentation. I know that they invite a student from different schools to have different presentation, like the ballet folklorico, or on all the groups from especially from Palm Springs Cathedral City High School. Also, in the February 21st, I'm stopped to the Superintendent Parent Advisory Committee meeting that was concentrated with a LCAT presentation, and was a good meeting because the parent and also employees from the school district give good feedback about what kind of changes they want to see. In February 23, also I was in DHS High School in the event Taste at Soul, and was a good event, good recognizing the student, and also good food everywhere, and was a good turnout in that event. In February 24, also I attended, that was in the Saturday, the 37th annual Black History Month parade with all board members and the superintendent. It was a great event with the participation of the students from different school districts, community groups, elected officials from different cities. And I want to personally to congratulate to all those involved in organizing these events. Was very impressive, a big parade. And yesterday, I attended the LCAT presentation to the Parent Ambassador Group. Good presentation by Jervis Williams, coordinator and parent and family engagement. And I want to thank the whole school district staff and employees to have different opportunities to explain and to let the community and parents to give suggestions about the LCAT process. And thank you.
Yeah, so I as well want to say that that was kind of sad to hear about the young gentleman. I'm sure that we will do what we need to do to reach the bottom or come up with a solution for that situation. And I also, on February 22nd, I went to Nellian Kaufman Elementary, and I want to thank Dr. J. She specifically reached out to me to be a judge. We went to Nellian Kaufman. They designed doors in honor of Black history. And the doors that won, they received some gift cards and some different things. And it was great to see the participation from the administrators and the teachers. And one of the winners were, they did a Michael Jackson door, and they decorated with a lot of the Michael Jackson memorabilia, and they made it out of paper, and kind of it had a couple different criteria to make a decision if it was neat, if it was creative, and a couple other things. And I just want to say that Nellian Kaufman did a wonderful job with decorating their doors and paying homage to Black history. And as well as Mr. Espedicueta, we went to the Taste of Soul at Desert Hot Springs High School. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Tanoco. He's doing a wonderful job there at Desert Hot Springs. you can just feel the energy, the parents, the community, the students. It was just a wonderful turnout. The kids were so excited. The kids were dancing, doing performance. Like Sergio said, there was amazing food. And it was at least a couple hundred people there with parents and students. So congratulations, Miss Everett. I want to make sure to mention her. She did such a wonderful job as well. The students ran the actual event, so it wasn't done by the parents or staff. It was done by students that went to Desert Hot Springs. And lastly, on February 24th, I went to the 37th Annual Black History Parade as well. I just want to thank everyone that all of the schools and everyone who came out and participated. And as well as Sergio said, it's a great collaboration. There's a Black History Committee that's in Palm Springs, and I just want to tell them thank you for your hard work and continual of expanding on a dream that was from a gentleman that was from our area and brought the parade here to Palm Springs. And I just want to say thank you, and that concludes my comments.
I'd like to say thank you to our student board members, Lota and Luke, for your excellent reports tonight. It's always good to hear what's going on at your schools and the schools surrounding you. Yes, last Saturday was the Black History Parade in Palm Springs, which we all rode together, the board and with Dr. Signoret driving. And you won the bullhorn, which he wore it out. Anyway, it's a great community event, and it was really well attended. It was really fun, too. So I also attended the Do Your Right Thing Award ceremony. It's really a great community ceremony which honors students who have really positively contributed to their community. And I'd like to thank Terry Ketover for bringing this wonderful program to the desert. It really was quite, it was inspirational. It was really great to see that. And I was lucky enough to present the State of the District to the Desert Hot Springs Rotary, the Noon Rotary, last Thursday. What a great, really wonderful, supportive group of Rotarians, and I know that our board member is a member of that. And it was really great. They do so many things for the students out in Desert Hot Springs. And I'm sure Dr. Signoret will look into the Galendos family's concerns. So thank you.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to thank Loda and Luke. And Loda, I love the Winter Ball video. It was great. And seeing the media involved in the presentations is like over the moon. Keep up the great work. And I'm excited about West Side Story. It's one of my favorites, and all the musicals in the spring when they come out, it's exciting to attend all of the high schools musicals. And then for Luke, the Cards for Kids, this is your own innovation. Bravo to you for starting this great idea, and we are proud of both of you. And the LCAP, Artificial Intelligence Survey, is like just something that makes me sit up and wonder more. So we are excited to see the district progress, maybe with your inspiration and your help in that survey group, that we would move forward. Thank you for both of you contributing so much to our evening tonight, honestly. So if I look back, I have to go back to January of this year, January 29th, 2024. We honored Students of the Month for all of our high schools. And part of one person I missed is from our continuation high school, actually from our community school. And his name was Aiden Brudvik Dishman. And Aiden was nominated by his principal, Gabriel Fajardo. And I just want to go back and congratulate Aiden, because I missed him last month, and he wants to eventually return to the welding program at Palm Springs High, and we're hoping the best for him. So that's amazing that not only all of our high school students, but our community education or community school students are honored too. I appreciate meeting with my fellow board member, Karen Cornett. We've been planning for our board retreat coming up. We met on on the 10th of February. We're ready for a very productive 2-day retreat coming up Friday and Saturday. And I just appreciate you and all of the board taking the time to give input and participate before we have that retreat. And then all of the planning by our administrative staff and everyone behind the scenes. Erica, Monica, I have to say your names, okay? And Tony, too. I, along with board member Cornett, was there for the Do the Right Thing community service student awards at the police department. It was a beautiful afternoon to honor kids, and they were so proud to tell us their stories and be awarded a multitude of wonderful gifts and accolades for their outstanding service. On the 22nd, just the other day, I participated in an online Zoom and was invited with 183 other elected women in government officials from across the county. And our supervisor, Karen Spiegel, had a Zoom meeting and welcomes all women who are involved in politics and government to participate in a noontime Zoom. And so it was a great idea for her to continue this and to help people understand across the county who we are and how we can be united. And then the parade on Saturday was just outstanding. I'll piggyback on all of their comments. I do it again right now. It was really amazing hearing people tell us their opinions about the district. It was see their smiles, see the kids wave at us. It was worth $1 million. And so that was really amazing, and we can't wait to do it again. And again, you learn something new. And I met up with Joan Boyko, and I'm going to be in the broadcast coming up in June, I think, right, Joan? When everybody's on vacation. And you can tune in and listen to our interview. And it took a few times, but I got to sit down with Joan. And so with that, I will conclude my comments, and then I'm going to ask President Girardi, did you have anything you want, or excuse me, former President Girardi.
Yeah, just real quick, because we all did the same thing over the weekend. Taste of Soul was great on Friday night. The Black History Parade on Saturday morning was wonderful. The organizers did a great job. I just want to shout out to Desert Hot Springs High School. Before the parade, I went to their Kid Win event up there. Very well attended. I believe they came in second place. They're going to be going to Minneapolis to compete. So congratulations to those students up there. With that, I'm done.
Yes. So I did ask Luke and Loda to maybe add a last comment that you would have in your own voice rather than in a PowerPoint. And Loda, would you like to say anything? You can decline if you wish.
Yeah, super quick. I had the great opportunity of attending our boys' CIF soccer game, and it was a really fun game to watch. There was a lot of student involvement at the game. We had a great student section. Everybody was super excited. It was tied 0-0, and they went into overtime, and it was still tied 0-0 into overtime. So they went into a penalty kickoff, and it was just funny watching like a swarm of kids running towards the end of the field to be able to watch the penalty kickoffs. And so unfortunately they did lose in the penalty shootout, but it was still super exciting to watch, and it was so fun seeing our school come together to support our boys soccer team.
Yeah, you brought up the Coachella Valley Student of the Month. Greater Coachella Valley Student of the Month. I wanted to give Loda a congratulations. Even though it was a couple months ago, me and her were selected as our Greater Coachella Valley Student of the Month. So that was an awesome honor to receive. Also, sports-wise, our basketball team, I play on the basketball team, so we won our first round of playoffs at home, and then took a long trip out to Corona Del Mar, where we unfortunately lost. There was about 1,000 people there. The gym was absolutely packed out. It was a sold-out game, and we played a good game, but unfortunately we fell a little bit short. And also, I had the opportunity to attend the CT Parent Roadshow. It was an awesome event. We got to give parents information on the CT programs at our high schools. It was awesome to see parents come through and really get that information they need to know what high school they want their student to attend. So that was a really cool thing to see. And there was some awesome feedback from the parents themselves. They told our students what they liked and what they think that we could improve on. So great learning, great feedback, and a great time. Thank you guys.
So with that, I'll turn it over to our superintendent for his comments.
Thank you, President Jarrell. First of all, I'd just like to recognize the Galindo family. Understand this has been very challenging situation for them, something that we don't want Tristan to be going through such unpleasant experiences at school. Knowing some of the concerns that Ms. Galindo had, we actually had a meeting scheduled prior to winter break. Unfortunately, she advised us she was unable to attend that meeting. But with that said, she may not have received or have seen our response to her email today, because knowing her concerns, the email that Ms. Galindo sent today, I immediately called Principal Chavez, also spoke with Dr. Killian, and let Ms. Galindo know that we'll be following up with investigation right away. So nonetheless, notwithstanding any of that, we're going to be very supportive and help the family out with all those issues. Also, I just want to also, great presentations, Loda, Luke. Particularly Loda, I'm so bummed I missed the chili cook-off. I was scheduled to be a judge, and unfortunately I was ill that day. But it seems like Mr. Chavez kind of rigged getting third place. I don't know. I should have been there as a judge, but it sounded like a wonderful event. Black History Month, again, I also want an outstanding job to so many of our school sites that have done such a tremendous job these past few weeks. And is like the board, I had the honor of judging for the Nellie Kaufman door decorating contest. The Taste of Soul was amazing at Desert Hot Springs. The Black History Parade, and yes, board member Irvin with the loudspeaker did a tremendous job. Also the food downtown, had the pleasure of going with my family, and I was also sharing with board member Irvin the Cajun shrimp fries. If you've never tried Cajun shrimp fries, it's the first time I ever tried that. What a delight. I highly recommend it. I also want to thank all that has shown up to our meet and greets, our most recent at James Workman and Desert Springs Middle. We met some wonderful students. They asked great questions, parents, staff that showed up. Excuse me, some of the highlights, several staff from Desert Springs Middle came to say hi. Several colleagues I've known for years. Great discussions. One was even my daughter Solange's English teacher back at Palm Springs High School. Great to connect with her. And we had two extremely talented musicians that throughout the entire meet and greet play the guitar. And what I mean by two talented musicians, Desert Springs Middle students. And what I found out is that these two students have their guitar all day long, play out in passing period during lunch, and extremely talented. And they are really creating a culture there that students who have these kind of talents can feel confident to be able to do those kind of things. And so I just want to give a big kudos to Sue Drummond and her team for, excuse me, for allowing that to happen. Also, James Workman was a wonderful meet and greet. My highlight on that one was meeting a parent, Maria, who is a parent of a couple of James Workman students, and she brought me a picture and showed it to me. First asked me, do I remember who she was? And then showed me the picture. And it turns out she was a student in my very first class at Agua Caliente Elementary School in 1993 when I first started in the district. So it was wonderful to see that. So also great job to Vicky Chavez and her team. I want to congratulate Levon Smart and our security team. Levon is also a finalist for some national recognitions in security, and also for what he has done a great job in the NASRO SRO training, which happened just last week. It was 20 participants, Levon, is that right? And it was a great job of further strengthening our relationship with law enforcement and representation from out California, our local area, and out of state. Also, kudos to Nicole Crawford and Jarvis Williams. The HBCU HSI trips are coming up, and they had some very productive parent meetings recently. I'm going to have the honor of briefly attending both trips to see firsthand, and so I'm excited, and they're just doing a great job with that. Quick reminder for our board, as you well know, March 1st and 2nd, we have our retreat, so look forward to working with the board on those 2 days. And last but not least, need to keep emphasizing for those parents and families watching the importance of student attendance. Even though we're just a few weeks away from spring break, for some of you, and I know our students especially, that might seem like an eternity to you. It's just a couple of weeks. Hang in there, because every day counts. So please come to school. Parents, please send your kids to school. So thank you. That concludes my report.
Appreciation to everyone and your comments. So we'll move on to our board action items. And we start with action item 14A, approval of operational expectations monitoring report governing policy OE12 facilities. And so we're going to ask Jeff Simmons to present.
Okay. Is this working? Okay. Doesn't sound as loud as I was up there, but I'll try to talk a little bit louder. So, first time I've done an OE report, so bear with me, but it'll be brief. I know the report itself wasn't brief. It was 120 pages for you. I hope you enjoyed the thoroughness of what that report was. There was a lot of good things in there, but just to kind of briefly summarize what was in there, we do believe we were in compliance with 22-23. And that's what this review is all about. There's 14 different sub-policies within this. So just real quickly, for number 1, let's see, that was to make sure that we have developed a long-term facilities master plan. We have done that. That was done back in June of 2019. We do plan on you're supposed to kind of update it every 5 years and take a look at it. So we're going to dust it off and take a look at it here in around November or December of this year. Land purchases, number 2 is land purchases based on enrollment patterns. We didn't have any additional purchases in 22-23, but we did provide you the procedures for us when we do purchase land. We follow state requirements for all of our land purchases. Number 3, attendance boundaries and balance of programs. There was no change prior to from the prior year for attendance boundaries. All the programs are spread out for equity. We certainly have all of our different academies at different schools. Our dual immersion, where it wasn't in 22-23, but we're about to put that south of the freeway and north of the freeway come this next year. And then part of this is all the Chromebook access, making sure that we're one-on-one across the district, and that was confirmed by our purchasing department. Number 4 is a bit like number 2, factors for land purchases and new construction. We do follow state guidelines, as I mentioned, all requirements for land purchases and construction projects. There were no land purchases or new construction in 22-23. Number 5, environmental sustainability measures. An environmental measurement checklist is created and followed on every single project. Number 6, use of technology in new construction and renovations. Technology standards are reviewed and signed off by our Director of Technology to make sure that's in alignment with the Technology Master Plan. And then Superintendent, number 7, Superintendent does not authorize change orders or cost increases. And that just goes to the Board of Education approves all change orders and budget increases and did so in 22-23. Number 8 through 12, this is all for maintenance and operations. Identify unsafe and in need of repair facilities. Every year we go through Williams Act inspections with our COE. Those inspections are in there. We are in good working order across the entire district. It's okay. No worries. What did it say? No. All right. Where was I? Number 9, create and update a yearly preventative maintenance plan. We do review and update and we did so in 22-23. Number 10, clean, safe, and properly maintained facilities. Again, we use our facility inspection tool in-house. So beyond what our COE reviews, we also do a facilities inspection tool in-house and make sure that all of our schools are in safe working order. From these facility inspection tools, we create work orders. The samples of those work orders are in your packet, and we make sure that everything that's been observed is repaired to maintain that safety. And then number 11, develop and administer facilities use guidelines. All facilities use forms. This is for outside agencies and internal agencies to be able to use our facilities. All those forms go through Maintenance and Operations Department to make sure that we are consistent and following our policies and insurance requirements. And then the Civic Center Act, number 12, make sure that we're not denying anybody use of our facilities for reasons that are unreasonable. So we did have 5.9% of our facilities were denied, but those were for reasons because it conflicted mostly with student functions or instructional programs, or there might have been some safety concerns or sustainability concerns, such as if they were wanting to use a soccer field, for example, and it was raining, it would have torn up the soccer field and messed up the sustainability of that. So get into 13 and 14, just real quick. Project the life cycle costs and sustainability associated with capital decisions. M&O does have a 5-year deferred maintenance plan. We include all the life cycles of things like flooring, painting, HVAC units, asphalt and concrete, etc. So we do consider all the life cycle projections when we're budgeting for capital facilities needs. We also do that for vehicles and some non-capital things like furniture and technology equipment. And then finally, the superintendent may not build or renovate buildings. The assumption of proof on this one was that the board, I guess this just means he can't go rogue or and just say build a building. So just an assurance that the board authorizes all budgets, purchases, bids, and change orders, and just to kind of let the board know how we do that. If it is a minor project, on this chart, if it's a minor project that's $1,000 to $15,000, it's board approved. We do get at least one written quote, a signed agreement, fingerprint check, prevailing wages used. All that's followed. On this particular case, you might notice through the next 3, 15,000 to 60,000, 60,000, 200,000. Those all fall within CUPCA, the California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act. We are a CUPCA district. This was approved quite a while ago. And so these guidelines are followed through that accounting act. And for those 3, board ratification is okay. In other words, you've authorized Dr. Signoret or myself or the purchasing director to sign contracts and get things moving, and then the board ratifies it after the fact. That happens sometimes. Oftentimes we make sure that the contract is approved by the board and then we move forward with it. But if something's got to get going, that's what the ratification is for. But if it's a formal bid over $200,000, there's no ratification for that. It comes to the board. Just like you're getting action items P and Q tonight, before anything started, you have to approve those contracts. Any questions?
Yeah, I have thank you for the report. It was quite comprehensive, all those pages. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate all of the information that we've been given lately on our facilities and the facilities update. I would like to, we do have a cover page that looks like this. And it says, you're in compliance. This is on the monitoring report. Okay. And so the board action we have to take, and then we say that, yes, you weren't fully compliant or compliant with noted exceptions. And then there's also a place for comments or suggestions. So I have a suggestion. I know we've come up with some new steps in how we approve things, but it's not in our policies. So maybe hopefully at Friday or Saturday that we can talk about, and I don't know if we had added under number 7, which talks about the superintendent may not authorize construction schedules and change orders that significantly increase or cost or reduce quality, and add something, and maybe it doesn't go exactly there, but new construction, modernization, or rebuild projects may not begin construction until the Board of Education votes or gives their final approval. Not just to protect us, the board now, and all of the people that work here now, but for future boards and future administrators. So thinking about that, and we can talk about that on Friday.
Understood. Yeah, that may also, you might want to take a look at number 14. It might fall under
Right,
that
wherever
as,
it
as
would
well.
fall
So
under.
yes, and I'll be participating. I think I'm participating in the.
Well, I hope so.
Well, I'm actually going to be at a conference flying back so I won't be there till the afternoon. But I'll be thinking about.
Well, we'll wait for you and facilitate.
Okay, I'll be thinking about that recommendation
Absolutely.
and have a recommendation for you at that time.
Don't worry
Okay,
about it, Jeff. We
great.
got you covered. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm hoping to have a little say on. Thank
I'm just curious on those projects up to 200,000 that board ratification is approved, is appropriate. Is that by law or did we approve that?
It's part of the act. I mean, informal bidding. We still have to advertise it out and whatnot. It's like the one from 60,000 to 200,000, but it's part of the CUPCA Act. It certainly can be changed if you don't like that. Then we can certainly take that out.
Okay.
But
We can talk about it.
yeah.
I was just curious if it was by law or at one point in time this board approved it, and I don't remember approving something like that. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna because both the purchasing director and myself are relatively new with the district, familiar with CUPCA, but we're doing research to make sure that the entire CUPCA Act was actually approved by the board, and if not, we're going to bring it back before you. So you may see it come up again, just to make sure we're renewing this conversation. Everybody's aware of how CUPCA works, and we're staying compliant with how the act works. But it's also audited each year. It's part of the audit process. All these construction agreements are. So they randomly pick agreements and make sure that we've followed either the informal bids or the CUPCA, other CUPCA regulations. So.
Okay. Just real quick too, that spreadsheet with funding sources. I know I saw it, but I can't find it again. So if somebody reminds me when it was sent, or if you could just resend it to me so I could take a look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can resend it to you. I could actually give you the hard copy I have tonight. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. What is CUPCA?
It's the it's the California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act. So, so it's basically they have a normal bidding process that's up to I think it's up to a little over 100,000 right now. If you're not a CUPCA district, but if you are, then you can do informal bids up to 200,000. And they're working on maybe making that like 212 or something. They make minor adjustments each year, but then it gives you directive that after that you've got to take formal bid action. So it's just a way to have a little bit higher thresholds and a little bit more maneuverability to be able to get things done a little bit quicker.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very good. So can I get a motion to approve item 14A, operational expectations monitoring report governing policy OE12?
I'll make a motion that we approve it with Karen's addition.
Okay.
Second?
Okay. Are there any questions before we approve that? I just would like to have Karen's addition in writing.
I'm going to put it on here and give it to Erica. I think she's got it.
Okay. Is everybody okay with that? Yes? All right. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to 14B, approval of proclamation of music in our schools, March 2024 OE10. And we're going to have Luke read this proclamation for us, 14B.
14B. Whereas for more than 30 years, March has been officially designated by the National Association for Music Education as Music in Our Schools Month, encouraging communities across the nation to focus on music education. And whereas music education is part of a well-rounded education for every student as outlined in the federal Every Student Succeeds Act. And whereas the purpose of this celebration is to raise awareness of the lasting positive impact of music education on the academic, personal, and professional growth of our students. And whereas music education shapes the way our students understand themselves and the world around them, allowing for deep engagement with learning And whereas Music in Our Schools Month reminds us that schools where all children should have access to music. And whereas music educators, students, and communities throughout California demonstrate the importance of quality music education programs to the lives of young people. And whereas the music educators of the Palm Springs Unified School District enrich the educational experiences of students at all grade levels by teaching general music, vocal music, instrumental music, exploratory music, and appreciating diverse music styles. And whereas the state of California joins our music students, educators, and communities in celebrating the power of music education. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Education of the Palm Springs Unified School District does hereby proclaim that March 2024 is Music in Our Schools Month. The PSUSD Board of Education encourages our citizens to celebrate and acknowledge every day, and especially in March, that music education is an essential part of every student's well-rounded education.
Thank you, Luke. So with that, can I get a motion to approve our proclamation of music in our schools, March 2024?
Move for approval.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Luke and board. Next, we'll move on to 14C, proclamation of arts in our schools, March 2024, and we'll have Loda help us with that proclamation.
Whereas the arts are a necessary and required component of every California student's education to develop well-rounded, lifelong learners who contribute to the prosperity and quality of life for local and global communities. And whereas arts education is crucial to achieving a state educational policy devoted to the teaching of essential academic skills and lifelong learning capacities to truly prepare all children for success in school and life, regardless of gender, age, race, ethnicity, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, immigration status, language, economic status, physical ability, or learning ability. And whereas arts education prepares students for the 21st century workforce, furthers academic goals, complements learning in other core subjects, improves student engagement and attendance, strengthens family and community engagement, and enhances a positive school culture and climate. And whereas arts education uniquely communicates the ideas and emotions of the human spirit and connects us to our history, heritage, and culture, fostering appreciation, affirmation, and revitalization of one's culture and understanding of others' cultures, developing emotional intelligence, social emotional learning, critical thinking, effective communication, collaborative skills, and creativity. And whereas arts education, dance, media arts, music, theater, and visual arts develops engaged, creative, expressive, responsive, empathetic, and artistically literate communities. It fosters joy, promotes tolerance, and cultivates decency in society. And whereas arts education nurtures creativity and expression and is a valuable means to attain long-term employment across diverse industries. Creativity is crucial for our future economies and essential for people to stay relevant and thrive in our fast-evolving workforce, according to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report. And whereas the arts are a recognized part of a quality education, and the University of California and the California State University have instituted a policy that includes arts education as a college preparatory subject for all high school pupils wishing to enter the state's institutions of higher education. And whereas California voters overwhelmingly voted in favor of Proposition 28, the Arts and Music in Schools Funding Guarantee and Accountability Act, mandating dedicated funding and equitable access to arts education for all California public school students.
Thank you.
And-
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
And whereas every student has a right to a well-rounded education that includes the arts and the benefits it brings as mandated in sections 51-210 and 51-220 of the Education Code, which states in part, the adopted course of study shall include instruction in visual and performing arts, include instruction in the subjects of dance, music, theater, and visual arts, aimed at the development of aesthetic appreciation and the skills of creative expression. And whereas the State Board of Education adopted the California Arts Standard for public schools pre-kindergarten through grade 12 in 2019, and the California Arts Education Framework for Public Schools, transitional kindergarten through grade 12 in 2020, which provide a foundation for the development of artistic competencies and the cultivation of a lifelong appreciation and understanding of the arts. The California Arts Standards reflect the fundamental belief that every child should have equitable access to high-quality standards-based arts education to thrive and participate in modern society. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Education of the Palm Springs Unified School District does hereby proclaim that March 2024 is Arts Education Month and urges all residents to become interested in and fully support quality arts education programs for all students.
Very good. Thank you both. Thank you very much. And this means a lot. Really, it does. Thank you both for doing that. So, with that, second proclamation of proclaiming arts in our schools, March 2024. Can I get a motion to approve 14C?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to item 14D, the approval of our 2023-24 parent and family engagement policies. All of these are attached in our agenda today, and we look at approving 14D, these policies. Can I get a motion to approve 14D?
I move the motion.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or comments? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to 14E. We're looking to approve new middle school and high school course descriptions for this new 2024-25 school year. And they are attached here in our agenda. Can I get a motion to approve 14E?
Move for approval?
Okay, are there any questions or comments about? Mhm.
Appreciate the financial algebra class.
Mhm.
But I have a question too. Why, I mean, it doesn't solve the financial literacy need out there. And I don't understand why it takes so long to put in that type of curriculum. I mean, we've got so many students graduating that have no idea, have no financial literacy at all, have no idea how to handle credit, how to buy a house. It's an essential skill these days. So I think it's something, I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but to me, it would be a priority subject. So anyways, that's my comment and question. Thank you.
I agree as well.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that that's a priority for you. And also we can provide information in regards to background and where we are and even the details or content in some of the classes we have.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
And I think he's been asking for it for a while now. And I agree as well. It's very important. It's critical. It's almost like life skills. And some of our students are not going to college, and they go right into the workforce. And it's very important to understand how to be able to budget money, how to be able to manage it. It's very important for them to be able to have that. And I think it's very important, even as far as to conducting themselves in interviews and how to dress and things like that. A lot of our students lack confidence as well as being able to speak to people. So I think it's very, very important if we can couple that together.
Thank you. And we'll provide information to the board and where we are in that process.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And are you going down as far as elementary schools as well? I just see middle and high school. Would we extend down into the elementary grades as well?
Well, we bring the courses for secondary, but in regards to that type of content, that would be something we would need to develop or research how we can begin that process in the elementary levels. But we'll look into it.
I just want to add something. Even our students that are applying to colleges, they're looking at borrowing money and, taking out loans and how do they pay that back and what is the interest rates. And, a lot of people find themselves in tens of thousands of dollars of debt at the end of their college career. And do they really understand? They have to pay that money back. Also, when you go on a college campus, right then and there's all these people with credit card. Open up a credit card, and with us and our kids really knowing that money, it's not free money. It has to be paid back, and you can really ruin your credit. And what does credit mean? As far as what is your FICO score and what does it really mean?
No, I agree. And I will share that we have visited some classrooms where we've observed teachers facilitating conversations and projects in those areas for students. So we'll get some more information, just let you know how widespread that is and how we can be more consistent about that across the district.
Okay, thank
and
you.
supporting them.
And also another comment adding to that because we have the high population immigrants from another country, talking about Mexico, the credit systems don't exist in many other places, and maybe giving information to the student that would be beneficial for their parents too, because they when sharing they can share the information with them. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing as well. With the 7 habits, is that just something that can only be done with middle school, or is there an elementary one as well? Because I think the principles that they have in there are beneficial, and they can be simple for elementary students as well.
They can be, and I will say that we do have one of our schools, but it's our charter school that embeds those practices daily, and this is for middle school, but it's also occurring in some of our high schools as well. So that is something we can reflect on, how we can embed that in our elementary schools. Just those practices and strategies to support our students.
Okay. So with that, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, aye. Thank you. Moving on to 14F, adoption of resolution 2023/2024-34, notice to probationary 1 and 2 employees of non-reelection, OE-4.4. Can I get a motion to approve 14F?
I'll move it.
Okay, in a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, moving on to 14G, the approval of ratification of successor agreements between Palm Springs Unified School District and California Teamsters Local 911, Teams 1, OE 4.9. Can I get a motion to approve 14G?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions? All right. all in fa-
Congratulations.
I'm sorry?
Congratulations.
Let's go. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Thank you. Okay, next, 14H, the approval of ratification of a successor agreement between Palm Springs Unified School District and California Teamsters Local 911 Teams 2, OE 4.9. Can I get a motion to approve item 14H?
I move it.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or discussion? Oh, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, President Terrell. I just want to make a brief comment. Just want to thank our partners and Teamsters. Our colleagues throughout the Teamsters ranks are crucial. They are the lifeblood of our school district, and without them, it's simply this wonderful organization cannot move forward. So I just want to thank Teamsters, their representative Michael Leon, as well as our negotiating team, led by at that time Lasagna Pitts and Dennis Zink. They did a tremendous job. So thank you. Oh, and I'm sorry, and Jeff Simmons. I'm sorry, almost. Jeff Simmons was crucial. Thank you.
So now I think we're at all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next, item 14I, approval of salary increase, certificated administrators, classified managers, and management confidential employees, OE 4. Can I get a motion to approve item 14I?
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or discussion? Okay.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we're looking at items 14J and 14L through L. Approval of addendums to employee agreements. And prior to taking this final action, this section of Government Code 54953 requires an oral summary of the recommendation for approval on the salaries, salary schedules, or compensation paid in the form of fringe benefits of a local agency, our district executives during an open session. So here tonight at our regular meeting, we bring to you in public this important information that will be taking final action on. So we'll look at 14J first. 14J reads like this: the approval of addendum to the employment agreement for the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Mr. Simmons' employment agreement. I am providing an oral summary of the changes in the first addendum that are being considered by the board today. Effective July 1st, 2023, the annual salary shall be increased by 4.5%, which aligns with the salary increases that will be provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. Effective July 1st, 2024, the district's contribution to health and welfare benefits will be increased to $18,425, which is the same increase provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. And the term of employment agreement shall be extended through June 30th, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve items 14J?
I move for approval.
Second.
Are there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Are there any questions?
No.
Yeah, I just would like to see some of that you read somewhere on here. It's kind of blank. It doesn't have anything on the attachment.
Their
They're in the-
contracts are not, the addendums are not attached. And
Yeah.
shouldn't they or not be available to the public, or is it just that we have to read them?
Oh, I seen it.
Okay.
I seen it on Friday. Yes, I seen it on Friday. I guess I'm speaking for the public, I guess. And I just wanted to make sure that they're able to see it, you know.
So all of the information that Madonna that you read, President Jarrell, it is included in the minutes, so the public will be able to see what the changes to those addendums are. The attachments or the contracts are typically not attached to the agenda, but they are public available. So if anybody needs to see them, they're more than welcome to request to see them.
I kind of agree with my colleague. It should be part of this agenda packet.
Okay.
I think in full disclosure and transparency, it would be better to err on that side. I don't
Yes.
remember.
I think so.
Said no, and Karen said yes.
I don't
know.
remember, I said.
I don't remember them.
If I could just chime in, yeah, I don't
Go
think
ahead.
we have that in past practice. We have attached them. I mean, future reference, we can do that.
I think it would be good
Yeah,
policy.
not a
We've
problem.
attached contracts before.
Yeah, I don't recall, Karen, but well, not going to debate that. I take your word for it.
Who knows?
I take your word
Maybe-
for it. I
Maybe
just
it's
don't
me
remember.
just reading it somewhere else.
Yeah,
But they should be
no.
attached. The
Okay, yeah.
addendums. They
No, I
should
mean,
be.
for future reference, we'll do that.
Yes.
But also for transparency purposes, also for the board's reassurance, we do post all the management salary schedules are on there, including executive cabinet and that of the superintendent. That's posted on, that will be posted and updated online as well. Okay, but yeah, for future reference, we can attach them for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, board members, for all the great ideas and suggestions. Is it okay to proceed with the next items? Are we all right to do that? Okay. Just to be sure. I'm sorry, did we vote on that one?
No.
Okay, so let's go back. We went back to the questions.
Moving on.
Yeah, can I get a motion to approve it? Yes, we did.
We got a
A
motion.
second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Got off.
Here we go. Item 14K, approval of addendum to employment agreement for the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services. And that would be Dr. Kovat's employment agreement, approval of a third addendum. I'm providing an oral summary of the changes in the addendum that are being considered by the board today. Effective July 1st, 2023, the annual salary shall be increased by 4.5%, which aligns with the salary increases that will be provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. Effective July 1st, 2024, the district's contribution to health and welfare benefits will be increased to $18,425, which is the same increase provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. And the term of employment agreement for Dr. Kovatz shall be extended through June 30th, 2026. So, can I get a motion to approve items 14K?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay. Are there any questions or discussion?
You're welcome.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Right, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's a lot of reading.
Yes, it is. I knew it was. So here we are. 14L. And we look at approving an addendum to the employment agreement for the superintendent of schools, Dr. Signoret. An approval of an addendum for his employment agreement. I am providing an oral summary of the changes in the addendum that are being considered by the board today. Effective January 1st, 2024, the superintendent's annual salary shall be increased by 4.5%, which aligns with the salary increases that will be provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. In addition, the superintendent will receive a retroactive payment for the 4.5 salary increase for the time period July 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, based on his salary when he served as the district's interim superintendent. And effective July 1st, 2024, the district's contribution to health and welfare benefits will be increased to $18,425, which is the same increase provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. Can I get a motion to approve items 14L?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion or questions?
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay. We'll move on to 14M. The adoption of Resolution 2023-2024-35, approval to increase to board member compensation pursuant to Board Bylaw 9250, which aligns with the salary increases that will be provided to all certificated, classified, and confidential staff. Can I get a motion to approve 14M?
Move for approval.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, here we are. Approval of certificated and classified employee salary schedules, OE5. Can I get a motion to approve the attached salary schedules for the year ending June 30th, 2024 as presented, and approve revised salary step schedules applicable to executive cabinet members employed by the district prior to February 29th, 2024.
Move.
In a second?
Second.
Okay, are there any questions, comments? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We move on to 14O. Approval of non-exclusive use and operational agreement IN 000215 between Palm Springs Unified School District and the City of Cathedral City and Desert Recreation District, OE 12.9. Can I get a motion to approve item 14O?
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, are there any questions? Okay, with that,
I do
I'm
have
sorry,
one
go
comment
ahead.
on that. We still need to work out the operation schedule, but the rest of the contract is ready to go and for them to approve as well. So
They used it last summer also.
yeah, we just have to make sure. I just got an email today on it. That's why I'm making a comment, because they are working around the swim teams and the school teams, trying to figure out the schedule. So
Is this just for summer use, or is it for use during the school year?
no, it's just for summer use.
Just for summer use?
Yes.
And everything went well?
as far as I know, yes, and
Okay.
they have all the proper forms and insurance and everything. So
That's
it's a good partnership,
That's good.
Great. I know, I'm glad to see it.
and they work around what our schedule and needs are. So yeah,
Yeah, it makes good use of the pool during
Yeah.
the summer for our community, so that's
Absolutely.
great. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on to 14. Or did we vote? Are
No.
we okay?
I don't
Okay.
even- I don't-
So all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Next, 14P, Amendment Number 2 to Leaseback Contract Education Code 17406 with Bernards for the Landau Elementary School Modernization Project, OE 12.11. Can I get a motion to approve 14P?
I move for approval.
I'll second.
Okay. Are there any questions?
How does this guarantee work?
the guarantee maximum price there's contingencies built within the budget, but because we went out and we did bidding with all the subcontractors, that's how the general contractor can set his guaranteed price. So
And if it goes over,
that's a guaranteed maximum price.
they eat it?
Yeah, it's not.
It's on them?
It's not meant to go over. It's on. Yeah, it's on them. They
Okay.
built in contingencies and everything within it. So
Okay.
if I'm wrong, I'll come back to you and let you know. But I don't
I'm
think
sure
I'm
you
wrong.
will. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Okay. So I did have a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank
Aye.
you. Next, 14R, the approval of license agreement with A0358 Monterey L. P. A California Limited Partnership for entry into Palm Springs Unified School District property. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, Sunny Sands, sorry. Back up, 14Q. Amendment number 2, leaseback contract. Education Code 17406 with Bernards for the Sunny Sands Elementary School Modernization Project, OE 12.11. Can I get a motion to approve item 14Q?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Perfect. Next, we go to 14R, approval of license agreement with A0358 Monterey L. P. California Limited Partnership for entry into Palm Springs Unified School District property. APNS 653-260-022, 023, 024, 025, located in Palm Desert, which is OE 12.12. Can I get a motion to approve 14R?
I move for approval.
Second.
All right. Are there any questions? Okay, with that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. All right, moving on to 14S, an approval of a change order number 1 with RC Construction for Building 500, Increment 2, rebuild at Desert Learning Academy, agreement number C000044453, OE 12.13. Can I get a motion to approve item 14S?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or discussion? With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we'll move to, in one vote, approve items 14T through
W.
W.
B.
Okay, that was it.
B.
14.3T through 14. Is that right?
B, yeah, 3.
Oh, it's only 14T and V. Okay.
Okay.
14T through V, correct? All right, let's say that correct. We'll look at approving 14T, approval of readmission of expulsion case 2022/2023-008 to Palm Springs Unified. 14U, approval of readmission of expulsion case 2022/2023-013 to Palm Springs Unified School District, and approval of readmission of expulsion case 2022 2023-0362 Palm Springs Unified School District. Can I get a motion to approve items 14T and 14V?
We're doing
It's
T and
T,
U.
U, and V, right?
T through U and V.
Okay,
Oh, excuse me. T, U and V, right? 14T
Yeah, I'll
through
move
V.
that.
All right. Should have said through. Okay. So, can I get a motion?
Moved.
All right.
And second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's awesome. Next, we look at approval of a expulsion case 2023/2024-025. The recommendation and findings of fact and conclusion of law, OE 11. Can I get a motion to approve items 14W?
Move for approval.
Second.
Are there any questions about 14W? Okay. With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So here we are. We're looking at our superintendent's consent items and one vote approving 15A through 15I. Can I get a motion to approve superintendent consent items 15A through I?
I move the motion.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or comments?
Just a thank you to Sam's Lab and the Living Desert for their donations.
Perfect. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So next we look at item 16, our consent item. Approval of these minutes, meeting minutes for February 13th, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next, 17, we look to make suggestions for future agendas. Do we have any items for future agendas at this time?
I had something that we talked about before, and I would like us to look at and kind of revisit. I asked if there was any way that we can get prior presidents as well as board members and superintendents from the past and have them available to us. And I would like us to go back over that and look at, I know we were given a spreadsheet with that information, but I would like to get more details and, maybe get a better spreadsheet so we can know where we're going in the future with knowing who our past is and what our past board members and superintendents were.
Yes, I remember. Board member Irvin making that request. Yeah, we had it on a spreadsheet, but so you're looking at. Well, we can follow up later and get more details as to what you're looking for. Brief
Yeah,
bio or just brief history.
Well, yeah, because I think before on the spreadsheet that we had, some of the names didn't have last names. They didn't have the years by them, different things like that. So I just want a complete overhaul with a picture of all of our former board members and as well as our superintendents from the past.
Yeah, we'll try to put something together. Obviously, getting a little additional information on that may take a little more time, but we can get to work on something like that for you. So not a problem.
Okay, so we look to set the next board meeting agendas. And we're looking at our next board meeting coming up this Friday, March 1st, and then a second follow-up day for a board retreat meeting right here in the district office on Saturday, March 2nd. And so then our next following meeting coming up in March will be the second Tuesday, March 12th at Desert Hot Springs High School at 6 o'clock p.m. So with that, just a quick debrief. Do you have any comments, Luke, Loda? We'll start with you as a debrief concluding tonight.
Thank you guys for another great meeting, and it was great seeing you guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.
Thank you for a great meeting, and I just wanted to add that I also feel like the financial algebra class would be super important and helpful, especially for us young kids who are about to enter the real world and navigate finances. It would be really useful.
Board members, any debrief comments?
No, I'm done.
We're all set. I just, my debrief comment would be a gratitude note to all of our staff here at the district office that help interpret, help translate, help cover our media, security, all of our individuals. If I had a list, I would mention your names, and then of course, our administrators here, cabinet, and all of you that help us come together to make the magic happen. So with that, I would like to call our meeting to adjournment. We need I know, need a motion. I know, I'm learned, I'll get this. We need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, can I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Nice job tonight.